that's completely fine. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you who have taken the effort of joining the session, the first session immediately after the lunch break. So I thought since this session is more about how much each one of us participates, and the entire session is totally driven by what is it that each one of us wants to learn from the session. So let's start with a small game. So are we all ready? Sir, are they allowed to put in the chat?
Yeah.
Because I think their videos are going to stay off.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the
They can put it in the
interaction
chat
is via
box.
chat. Oh, perfect. So, how many of us are good to start the session? Can I get a Y from you? Y for yes. Just one button click, one key press. Y. Ah, good. I have one Y. Y. Good. Very good. Super. Okay. I think now we are good to start. So like I said earlier, this session is completely about how much each one of us participates. And I know it's a post-lunch session and it's going to be slightly difficult to give our best, but let us see what happens in the next few minutes that we are going to be spending with each other. So the first thing that I want all of us to start today's session with is an interesting game. This game is a very simple game, and all of us would have played it either with our friends or in our family get-togethers, or we would have even seen it in movies. So the game goes like this. I'm going to tell a name, a word, in fact, and this word, this word, whatever comes to your mind first when you hear this word is what we would like to see in the chat. Is the rule of the game clear? Yes? Why? Super. So let's begin. So I'm going to share a few words, and as soon as I share the word, whatever comes to your mind first, that is what we would like to see in the chat. So the first word, intelligent. What comes to our mind first when we hear the word intelligent? Let's see a few responses. Humans, very good. Clever, okay. Good. What else? Smart. I'm intelligent, okay. Wonderful. Smart, okay. What else? Experts, computers, okay. Kind. My name, okay. IQ, experts, okay. Okay. Interesting. Talent, okay. Brain, okay. Nice. Smart work, very good. Wonderful to see such nice and interesting answers. The next word. The next word is what comes to our mind when you hear the word internet. I'm sure over the last 6 months, this word has completely redefined our lives. Google, WhatsApp, lazy computers, Facebook, IoT information, okay. What else? Data, IoT, knowledge, slow speed, searching the information, okay. Ready-made data, computer, headache, smart cities, www, mental power, okay, interesting. Smartphone, interesting. Communication media, okay. Online classes doesn't come to your mind? Communication media, smart work again, okay, good. WebEx. Okay, interesting. Now, what comes to our mind when you hear oh, you did post online classes. Okay, thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. So we have the next word, and the next word is college. What comes to our mind when we hear the word college? Fun, students, education, students, friends, gatherings, sports, bike, online classes, students and fun, memories, knowledge, class. Thank you for such honest sharing. Memorable days, wonderful. Knowledge again, super. Searching, exams, okay. What else? Interesting, interesting. Now, what comes to our mind first, the moment I say beautiful? Nature, okay. What else? Scenery, very nice. Myself, my mom, my mother, my wife. I, sir, I must tell you, this batch is really my daughter. Wonderful. This batch is being so participative. My baby, very glad to know. Beautiful. What else? What else? What else? Mother, world, happy, wonderful, very nice, super. What else? Nature again. Okay, interesting. Now, what comes to our mind the moment we hear the word success? Nice. Work, confidence, patience, persistent work, hard work, determination, peace of mind. Wonderful to know. Super. And this is the last word for this game. What comes to our mind when we hear the word teacher? Respect, sharing, knowledge, tantrums, dedication, guidance, being passionate, God, everything around us, moral values. Wow. Do we see how important each one of you who is here, each one of you has such an important role in shaping the country? You are building the future of the country. Each one of you is such a beautiful gift. And that is why this session is so important. That is why this session is so crucial for each for AICT or for the entire education system of the country, where how how well the teacher is, the overall well-being of the teacher matters the most. Because if each one of you who is here is completely taken care of, who are the pillars of the future of the country, they are completely taken care of. So the next few minutes are completely about you. So like each one of you have been so honest in sharing in playing the game, in fact. The next thing what I would like all of us to take our attention to is what are the challenges that we as teachers face in our day-to-day life? What are the challenges that we face in our day-to-day life as a teacher? Can you all please share that in the chat? Knowledge gaining, okay. We need to be abreast with the knowledge, great. Being patient. Being student always. Being updated. Dealing with students. Time management. Guiding students. Very, very interesting to know. Being patient again. Strengthen ourselves in teaching. Very good. Share all of the all of the above. That was a smart answer. Experiential learning. Yeah. Showing the correct path to students. Learning new topics. Learning. Very, very interesting to know. So like all these different challenges that we have shared, if we take a closer look at all of them, they are categorized into a few groups. If you notice, each one of us as a teacher would want to give our best, but sometimes we may feel a little low in energy, isn't it? Sometimes we may not feel physically fit to deliver a great class. How many of us agree with me? Though you're completely well prepared for the class and your intention is very, very clean and neat to deliver one of the best classes for your students, but sometimes the energy is slightly lower. True, isn't it? This is the first level of challenges which we as teachers face. And with these online classes, there are different set of challenges physically. We have to be spending so many hours in front of the system. The screen time has become so much more, and it is totally inevitable, isn't it? So is our body prepared for this? So today what we are going to do is, maybe the next 10-15 minutes, we are going to see how we can prepare our body for this new normal of online classes. Yeah, Deepti has shared, it's very important to also leave behind what's happening in your life when you are with students in a class. Very good. Anybody else wants to share anything before I walk you all through some set of stretches which is going to empower us physically? Anything else that you want to share? Okay, good. So coming back to our first set of challenges, which is at the physical level, let us see how as teachers we can handle that. So are we ready? Yes? Yeah? How many of us ready? Yes? Okay. Good to see so many yeses. Wonderful. Then we are all set to start. Great. So now, if we see, yoga is something that many of us would have heard this beautiful word many times, isn't it? Isn't it? How many of us have heard of this word? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So what is yoga? Shall we do a small experiment to see what yoga helps us in? So we're going to do a small experiment with our own body. all of us can stretch our palms like this, clasp our palms. So our palms are stretched out in a way that the back of the palms are facing each other. Then clasp the palms, then turn it inwards. And I'm going to request all of you to raise a particular finger. And all what you have to do is lift that finger. For example, if I say, let's lift our right index finger. So there it goes. Let's lift our left ring finger. So here it goes. Let's lift our right thumb. So here it goes. Is this game clear? Though I'm not able to see your videos, I hope all of us try this. This is quite an interesting experiment to actually check how fit each one of us is. So shall we all try? Yeah? So palms facing backward and clasp your palms, turn it inside, and I'm going to request us to raise one finger at a time 5 times. So we can keep a score on 5. How much are we getting on a score of 5? So shall we start? So let's start. The first one is, okay, let's start with the easiest, which is the right index finger. Done? Okay. Now the next one is left thumb. Okay. The next is left ring finger. Okay. Now the next one is right thumb. And now the next one is left little finger. And the last one is okay. The last one is left thumb. It was a repetition. Relax. Now can you quickly put in the chat how many of us got 5 on 5? Okay, very good. Very good. Good to know that. How many of us got 4 on 5? That's also great. Very good. How many of us got 3 on 5? Okay, very nice. Not bad, not bad. Super. Did you notice in the last 2-3 minutes, it was our own body, isn't it? Our own eyes, our own hands. But there was little coordination effort required in getting the right finger, in raising the right finger, isn't it? Our ears are listening to the instruction, our eyes are focusing on the palms, and our mind is also figuring out which finger has to be raised first. This coordination is made really easy by yoga. Yoga is not about putting yourself into complex postures and staying in those postures for long hours. Yoga is nothing but this perfect coordination between the body and the mind using breath. Using breath. This is the secret of yoga. So while we are sitting on our chairs, we are going to do some quick yoga stretches. Are we ready for that? Which will help us loosen up a little. Even if we take out some 5-10 minutes in a day for ourselves, it will really benefit us in the long term. Shall we see them? Okay, super. So the first thing we start with is our head. You know, when something goes wrong, what is our usual reaction? Isn't it? So before something goes wrong, let us hold our head and massage the top of our head. Gently in one direction a few times, and then in the other direction a few more times. And then move them clockwise, and then anti-clockwise. Very good. And now we are going to gently massage our eyebrows. Let's gently massage our eyebrows. Very good. Now with the tip of our index finger, let's gently massage the area under our eyes. Great. And now, the most important part of our face is said to be the ears. Why? Because while we exercise, why is that so? If you notice, the shape of the ears is exactly like that of a baby when the baby is in the womb. So it is said that when you are exercising or when you're doing some stretches, you should never miss out the ears, because the moment we spend a few seconds massaging the ears, the impact, the effect goes to the whole body. Is that clear? So let's gently massage our ears in one direction and in the other direction. And you can also pull your ears a little. And relax. Now let's move on to the nasal region. So with two fingers together, I hope all of us are doing together. If you want, we can also invite our family members to join. It will be very helpful for them as well, especially if we have kids at home who are taking online classes. So we take these two fingers and good. Now with the same two fingers, the jaw region. Good. And now tongue. And relax. Now the most important, again, one of the most important parts of our bodies, which is getting extremely strained because of the online classes, eyes. Isn't it? How many of you agree? Yes? Quickly put in the chat. Perfect. So now I'm going to share a few stretches for specifically only for the eyes and how we can ensure that the screen time does not increase the strain on our eyes. The first thing that we do with our eyes, let's close our eyes tightly and open. This ensures some very, very important circulation that's needed for the eyes. If you see, naturally, our body will have the tendency, when you're really tired, you'll do, our body has the tendency to close the eyes really tight and open. This ensures some relaxation to the eyes instantly. Now, the next thing what we are going to do is, we are going to move our eyes in certain directions. Now, what are these directions? We put our thumb, we stretch out our arm with the thumb stretched out, and we are going to make some small clockwise circles with the thumb. And as we do that, all what we have to do is keep looking at the tip of the thumb. Some of us may have the tendency to do this, but it's not that. So when I'm moving the tip of the thumb, my eyesight is only focused on the tip of the thumb. Now opposite direction, the anti-clockwise direction. Very good. Now we are going to make big circles. You may not see me doing it fully, but I hope you're getting it. Big circles. Ensure to keep looking at the tip of the thumb. Clockwise, then anti-clockwise. Very good. And relax. One is this direction. The other direction which we need to focus on is the left to right, right to left direction. How do we do that? Again, stretch the thumb out. Why it is important to stretch your arm forward and stretch the thumb out? This is the right distance for your eyeballs to move. So now you can take your thumb to the left and right. Left and right. Left and right. And now up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. One last time. Up and down. Very good. Now this one direction which usually gets missed out is the diagonal one. What do we mean by focusing in the diagonal direction? It's very simple. So your right thumb is just at the level of the head, little above, and your left thumb is positioned on your left thigh. So left thumb positioned on the left thigh and right thumb looking slightly up. So all what you have to do is look towards the tip of the right thumb, then left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and relax. Now the other side. So your left thumb is stretched up just above your head level, and your right thumb is on your right thigh. Now again, left, right. Tip of the left thumb, tip of the right thumb. Tip of the left thumb, tip of the right thumb. Two more times. And relax. You know, today maybe we are all doing it together, and I'm sharing the guide instructions, and we are following it. So it may take some more time. Sequence does not take us more than 2 to 3 minutes. So we are done with stretching this part of our body, which is used the most. The most important thing, a very, very important thing, which really helped me a lot when the online, due to the pandemic, all of us had to shift online, right from family gatherings to get-togethers with friends to online classes. Everything has increased so much of screen time in our life, isn't it? There's this one very interesting rule which is recommended that all of us follow. It's called the 20-20-20 rule. Now, what is this rule? Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at something which is 20 feet away. So let me put in the chat. It's called the 20-20-20 rule. And what do we do in this? Every 20 minutes, take a quick 20-second break. Look at something which is 20 feet away. This one tip has really helped me a lot. This was shared to us by one of our friends who happens to be an allopathy doctor and also doing research in, she also happens to be a program director of Shri Shri School of Healing Arts. And it has been so helpful for all of us who are spending so much time online. So the 20-20-20 rule can also be followed by kids. It applies across all age groups. I hope that helps. Sorry for the background noise. Any doubts so far? Anything that you want me to share once again, or any doubts that we have so far? Okay. Do we have any doubts? Then you can probably put it in the chat. Okay. Else let's proceed. Now the next thing, which again, if you notice, our body is so intelligent. Many of us, when we get tired, our hands will automatically go here. Isn't it? When we get exhausted, what is one of our reactions? Isn't it? So this area, the area between the base of the neck and the shoulder, this is where maximum of stress gets accumulated. So how do we release this? We once again massage consciously this time. Unconsciously we have the habit of pressing it, but when we consciously do it, it instantly releases the stress. Okay, at the end I will repeat the eye exercise again. Now let us all massage this region. We may feel right now, do you all feel the stress leaving you right now from this area? Good. And shoulders, for shoulders we can simply rotate them a few times in one direction and in the opposite direction. Very good. And relax. And now, one last thing that we can do is stretch our palm outside. I'm showing it to you all how it needs to be stretched so that it makes a perfect 90-degree angle. So our palms are stretched upwards and both the hands are stretched sideways, and we move our shoulder. So basically I'm doing tata bye bye. That's it. So when I do that action, it gives my spine the most needed relaxation. All of us will be wondering, how does this affect our spine? Our spine is another part of the body which is really taking a toll because of our pandemic impacted lifestyle. Our spine and our back is something which we need to be very, very careful of. Relax. Now one more, this is optional, but if all of us are sitting on a chair, it's a good idea to just sway from left to right, left to right, left to right, left, right, left, left, like a pendulum. Remember that our spine is just moving like this, like a pendulum. Is that clear? Not like this. Yeah, it's not just our torso, it's the whole, it's from the base of the spine until the neck. So it's completely from the base of the spine is the movement. Perfect. Relax. I wish I could have seen all your videos and it would have been really nice. Anyways, so before we actually move on to the next topic, something that I would like to share with all of us is sitting is new smoking. That is what researchers have been saying it over and over again. How harmful smoking is to the body, sitting for long hours is equally harmful. So it is recommended that every 40 minutes, if we are sitting for more than 40 minutes, quickly, let's go for at least a 2-minute walk, or at least let us start, leave the seat, change your position, and then come back. It is very, 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 very important that we don't keep sitting for more than 40 minutes. This leads to a lot of physical ailments as things get accumulated over a period of time. So this was something very, very revolutionary for us also. That is the reason you would have seen that in IT sector, the ailments were increasing. It is because of sitting for long hours without any physical activity. 40 minutes is ideal time. More than that, our body cannot take it. Needs some circulation, because when we walk, there is circulation in the body. So it's very, very important that we take a quick break, at least 40 seconds break, at least 1 minute break every 40 minutes. Shall we all do that? A little bit of activity, just get up from the seat, stretch your legs, and then come back and you can continue whatever we are doing. Does that make sense? Yes? So let me quickly recap whatever we did. This whole series, what I have shared with all of you, this can be done in maximum 5 to 8 minutes. You will be done with that. I think our body is worth 5 to 8 minutes of our time in a day. Isn't it? So let us begin. Quickly, a recap. The head, the eyebrows, under the eyes, the ears, don't forget the ears, and then the nasal region, the jaws, and then the tongue. Now the eye exercise, close it really tight, open. Close it really tight, open. Close it really tight, open. Few times. 5 to 6 times is good enough. And then remember the rotations. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, small, then clockwise and anti-clockwise in big rotations. Then comes the left, right, up, down, and the diagonal movement. Is it clear? Then what is this 20-20-20 rule? Every 20 minutes, what we usually do is we have our alarm set. So every 20 minutes it will beep. So we know, okay, let us look somewhere else for 20 seconds. You can just focus on something which is 20 feet away. Is that clear to all of us? Super. And then don't forget the massage here, the shoulders. And some of us may also be exerting our hands a lot. If you feel a little stress here, this wrist rotation, and you can close your fists really tight and open. Again, close, open, close, open. Whenever you feel a little stress around this region, you could do this. Instantly, you'll feel the relief. Is that clear? And remember to say tata bye-bye to any kind of stress that you feel. Good? Okay, perfect. I hope all of us are good to go. How was it? Wasn't it interesting? Yeah? Well, because at least I would think before learning yoga, I thought that yoga was all about getting into these complex postures. And I thought, oh, that is not my cup of tea. But just by staying seated wherever we are, we have exercised almost 50 to 60% of our body. Yeah, super. This is about how we can instantly deal with our physical. If you're feeling a little physically drained out someday, this will quickly get us back to our high levels of energy. Now, the second very interesting thing that I wanted to, it helped us a lot, so that is why we thought we would share it with all the teachers as well. So, if you notice, many a times, like some of us also shared, that something, some emotion that we are caught up in, it may affect us while we are interacting with students or while we are preparing for our class. It happens with all of us. We are all human beings. We all go through different emotions, and we have the emotions impacting our performance. It is a well-known fact, isn't it? So how do we handle these kind of challenges? If we notice these emotions, be it any kind of emotion, be it anger, or be it we are really upset about something, we are feeling very low about something, or we are in a hurry to do something, there is a lot of anxiety. If we notice, these different emotions have a very, very strong correlation with our breath. How many of us have noticed this? How do we breathe when we are really angry? Can you put in the chat? When we are angry, how is our breathing pattern? Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So when we are angry, our breath changes. It gets faster. The same thing When we are very sad, how is our breath? How is our breathing pattern? Very heavy. The same thing when we slow, correct. When we have exerted ourselves too much, then how is our breathing pattern? When we're very tired, isn't it? And when we are happy, we don't even realize we are breathing. Yeah, it's normal. It's perfectly in rhythm. So if emotions have an impact on our breathing pattern, is it possible to impact our emotions through different breathing patterns? This is the very, very basis behind all these breathing techniques which are gaining so much popularity today. If you see most of the corporates, most of the big institutions, we are all heading towards making these breathing techniques a part of our life. Why? Because here is the secret. Breath is the secret to power. Breath is the secret source of energy. Our emotions can impact the breath. Why not use breath as the tool to handle our emotions better? Isn't that a good idea? Yeah. Do we want to see whether we are actually breathing right or no at the moment? How many of you would like to experiment? Are you all ready for a small experiment with our own breath? Yes, okay, good. So all what we have to do is take our palm, put it on our stomach, and when we breathe in, we are going to watch what is happening to the stomach. Is it going out or is it going in? When you breathe in, watch what is happening to your stomach and breathe out. Breathe in again, out, breathe in, out, breathe out, and relax. So what did we notice? How many of us the stomach went inside when we were taking a breath in? Can you say I in the chat? Then I can. Okay. 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 Now, for how many of us the stomach went outside when we were breathing in? You can write oh, me out. Oh. Okay, good. Do you all want to know which is the right? Which is the right answer? So when we breathe in, ideally, the lungs should expand to its capacity, push the diaphragm, and that is why our stomach is supposed to move outwards when we breathe in. But what happens is, unknowingly, as we grow up, we stop using our lung capacity to the fullest. On an average, an adult uses only 30% of the lung capacity. This is a recent research statistics. Interesting, right? Just 30% of the lung capacity. So it is so important that we learn how to breathe right, isn't it? And the breathing techniques, the pranayamas, which are becoming so popular, this does exactly that. So would you like to experiment one basic breathing technique today? I want to see more yeses. Sure. Okay. Wonderful to know that. So this technique is something that you all would have already seen many people do it. This is called the Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, the alternate nostril breathing. So I'll again, once we do it, I will share with you all what is the science behind doing this. So how do we do it? There are several versions. One of the version which helps is keeping these two fingers together, the index finger and the middle finger together, and the ring finger stretched out and the thumb finger stretched out. the thumb of the right hand. So the right thumb is to control the right nostril and the the right index to control the left nostril. So this is the correct posture. What do we do with the left hand? With the left hand, our thumb is slightly touching the tip of the index finger, and this relaxed on our left hand. So all what we have to do is, first you breathe out completely through both the nostrils. Then we inhale through the left nostril, hold, and breathe out through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right, hold, breathe out through the left. Is this clear to everybody? I'll probably repeat it one more time. Breathe in through the left, close the left nostril so that you can only breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, hold the right nostril and breathe out through the left. This is called one round. So if you are very, very stretched on time, doing this just 9 rounds in a day is good for us, is enough to set your tone for the day. There are many, many different breathing techniques, but we don't have enough time to, of course, go through all of that. There are full-fledged programs on them. But this one technique also, if we start imbibing in our daily routine, we will instantly see the effect on our body and mind. So shall we do a few rounds together? Yeah. So our left hand is in this posture. Left thumb slightly touching the tip of the index finger, rest it, and our right palm, thumb stretched out, 2 fingers together, and the index finger is used to control the left nostril. Let's do maybe 3 to 4 rounds and see the impact right away. Let's breathe out through both the nostrils first. Breathe in through the left nostril. Hold and breathe out through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril again. Hold, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Hold, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Breathe out through the left. One last time. Breathe in left. Breathe out right. Breathe in right. Breathe out left. And relax. So what is the science behind this? If we see throughout the day, it's not that both the nostrils are active. Many a times, only one of them, either of them will be active. And it is said that which nostril is active shows which part of your brain is active. For example, if our left nostril is active, that means our right brain is active. And if our right nostril is active, that means our left brain is active. Now, what is this left brain, right brain? So it's very easy. Left brain is for all the logical activities that we do. Right brain is for all the creative stuff that we indulge in. Yeah? Intellectual debates, left. Or watching movie or playing some instrument or listening to music, right. So depending on which of your nostrils is active, you can engage in the right activity. And why does Nadi Shodhan help? It helps us to activate both the nostrils, because many a times we cannot listen to music when we are in the class. Now, what if we are in the class and our right brain is active, but we want our left brain to be active, isn't it? So, to ensure that we have the perfect balance, we do a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana so that our whatever your activity, desired activity is, we are doing, we are able to deliver our best. That is the secret behind that. So it's so interesting, right? So all these emotional challenges, which are very natural to all of us, it can be handled so easily with just a little bit of focus on our breath. Interesting? Yes? Super. Yeah, I'm waiting for your response in the chat because I can't see any of you, so I'm relying completely on the chat for our interaction. Thank you so much. Now we'll move on to the last category. When our physical stress is not handled, when our emotional stress is not handled, and also when our social stress, the stress which comes from peer pressure, the stress which comes from people around, the higher ups, the students, when that also doesn't get handled, it lands up to adding mental stress to our life, isn't it? It all piles up and our mind feels totally low. Yeah. So that is why today, if we see, mental health is given so much importance because the quality of our life is totally dependent on the quality of our mind, isn't it? Let's take a simple example. Suppose you have gone for a wonderful vacation to one of the best European countries or your favorite part of the world with your family. You're having a wonderful time, and suddenly you get an email saying that the paper that we have submitted has not made it to it's not getting published. What happens? What happens to the mind? We feel very low. Everything around you is perfect. You are with your favorite people, you are having the best time in the best part of the world. But just one email of not such a pleasant news immediately brings our mind down. Now, the same thing, imagine if we are, okay, maybe not during the pandemic days, before the pandemic days, if our vehicle, has got punctured or is out of fuel, and we had to take public transport, and we have taken a very crowded bus or metro, and we have like barely found place to even stand, and that time you receive an email that the paper that you have worked on or your work has been accepted for being published in one of the international journals. How do you feel? Doesn't matter who is around you, doesn't matter how difficult the situation is, your mind is immediately uplifted, isn't it? So this very basis that the quality of our life completely depends on the quality of our state of mind has what been realized by everybody around. And that is why there are so many efforts on improving the mental health of everybody involved. So how do we handle this mind? This mind is really tricky. If we tell the mind don't do something, that very thing it will do. Have we seen? I think many of us have kids at home, and if you tell the kid, "Beta, do not put your finger in the fire," what will the child do? First, put the finger. Oh, once the finger gets a little hurt or gets burnt, then the mind learns. This is exactly how our mind is. The moment you tell the mind don't do something, that is what the mind would like to do. Let's do a small experiment. Would you like to do a small experiment? Yes? Okay. So keeping our eyes closed, we are going to think about anything on the planet that you want to, but not a red-faced monkey. So let's all keep our eyes closed and feel free to think about anything, your favorite food, your favorite people, your favorite vacation, anything, but not a red-faced monkey. Don't think of a red-faced monkey who is jumping from one tree to the other. Don't think of a red-faced monkey who's coming to snatch something from you. Think of anything else, but not a red-faced monkey. Now slowly open our let's slowly open our eyes. So, how many of us did not see a red-faced monkey? Or let me ask this question: how many of us saw a red-faced monkey? True, it happens with all of us, isn't it? We were telling the mind, don't see the red-faced monkey, but our mind was going towards the red-faced monkey. Our mind is very, very tricky, and that is the reason it is important to learn how to handle our mind. Meditation is one of the techniques to handle our mind. Shall we do a few minutes of meditation? Maybe 6 to 7 minutes of meditation, and then we can wrap up the session. Are we ready? Are we good for that, or you're feeling a little tired or you want to breathe? Thumbs up. Okay, let's do it. So we are going to keep our eyes closed just for a few minutes, and we can simply let our mind follow the instructions. Let's sit comfortably and easily wherever we are, keeping our eyes closed. Take a normal breath in and out. Take another deep breath in and breathe out completely. Become aware of all the noises around. Whatever sound you hear at the moment, gently become aware of it. Sound of a ceiling fan, sound of people talking, sound of birds chirping. Let's be in perfect harmony with all the noises of the surroundings. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. Let's become aware of our body. Keeping our body still, let us gently take our attention to the feet of our body. To the knees, attention to our thighs and hips. Take a deep breath in, and as you let go, let's take our attention to the abdomen and stomach. Attention to our chest. Right arm and right shoulder. Left arm and left shoulder. Attention to your throat. Attention to the face. Attention to the head. And the whole of your body. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. Your body is a beautiful gift to you by the divine. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let's take our attention to our thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Let us not resist any of them. Accepting all the thoughts as they are. Once again, take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let us become aware of our feelings. Some pleasant feelings or unpleasant feelings. Doesn't matter. Let's simply become aware of them. Let's not resist. They are all a part of us. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. You are peace. You are joy. You are love. Take a normal breath in and out. Let's become aware of our thoughts and feelings if any. Slowly and gradually, becoming aware of our body and the surroundings, we may open our eyes. How was it? Just few minutes of keeping our eyes closed. Was it good? Yeah, feels relaxed. Wonderful to you. So we are almost at the end of our session, and if you all have any questions, please feel free to write in the chat. I'll also leave my email ID. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email as well. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. So anything else that you would like me to add, or okay? It's very nice to know that there are no questions. This happens only in two cases. The first case is when we have understood everything, and the second case when we have understood nothing. So I'm hoping it is the first case. Thank you so much. I really had a wonderful time with this batch. Despite the videos being on, I felt as if I was talking to each one of you because of the chat, because of your participation in the chat. A very warm welcome once again on behalf of the Art of Living. So whenever you all come down to Bangalore, our International Center is right here. We'll be more than happy to have you visit us. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
So,
madam.
thank you so much.
So, Manasa madam, are you there or still under meditation?